In this class 36 of Java, we are now going to understand about features of OOP. So there are 8 main features of OOP are there, like class. First feature is class, then object, encapsulation, message passing, polymorphism, inheritance, object delegation, and abstraction. So these are the main features of what? Object oriented programming. So in this case, we are going to understand the first feature, like the first two features, like what? Class and object. So in this particular class, we are going to understand about the class and what? Object. Actually, the classes and object is one of the main chapter in what? Java, that we are going to discuss later on. But here we are going to understand the basics of class and what? Object, in order to understand encapsulation, message passing, polymorphism. So to understand this particular remaining features, so we have to have a basic idea on class and object. So what is a class actually? Okay, a class is a user defined data type. If you already know about C language, in C language user defined data types are created by using what? Structures. Similar to structures, in Java we can use a class to create a user defined data type. Okay, so a class is a user defined data type which is a combination of variables and what? Methods. That is nothing but functions. So in class we can write variables as well as we can write what? Methods. Okay, and the class is one of the main feature of OOP. Without this particular class, the object oriented programming language does not stand. Okay, so this is main feature of the OOP. So we can say like a class is a blueprint or template for creating the objects. So to create the objects, in order to create the objects, we have to create the structure of that particular object, nothing but a class. Okay, so let us understand with the help of an example. Okay, so let me show you on this particular board. So what is this a class is all about? So let me full screen this particular thing, right? So let me give an example, right? So for example, we can create a class. Let's say a class, I can say that student. Okay, a student is one class. Okay, this is open the flower base and close the flower base. So in this particular student, we can create some variables like a student name, okay, and his what? Age. Like this I can create the variables. So not only you can contain variables, a class not only contain variables, it can also contain the methods. Methods means functions, the functions that performs operations on these variables. Okay, so what are that functions? Let's say I can say void, I can say set student. Let's say that set student details, like let's say set student details. This is one method. So here I can write name is equal to like what? King. Okay, I can write age is equal to like 35. Okay, and I can also write one more method to display information. So I can write a method display info. Okay, this is what a method that I can write. Okay, so this I am writing over here. So here I can write SOP. I can print the name. Sorry, I can print the name. Okay, name. Okay, then I can write plus comma. Okay, plus I can write what? The age. Like this I can print it. Okay, so in this way, what is a class? A class is a combination of variables and what? Methods. This is what happens with the class. This is what we call as methods. Okay, so what does this methods do? The methods perform operations on what? Objects. Okay, sorry, on the variables. So what does this particular method is doing? The operation on these variables means it is setting the value for the name and what? Age. And what does this particular display information is doing on the variables means it is printing the name and what? Age. Okay, so like this, what happens here it is, so a class is a combination of variables and methods, and the methods will perform the operations on the variables. Okay, and this is what we call as a class. And a class is a user defined data type. Okay, user defined data type. Okay, this is what we call as user defined data type. Is that clear, right? So now what is an object? What is an object? Let me show you the object. So this is the class that I have written just now. Okay, this is the class. Now what is an object? An object is an instance of class that contains fields and what? Methods of the class. Simply we can say that a class is a simply an object is a variable to the class. So any variable that you create to the class, that particular variable is called as what? Object. So what is the use of the object? Means using the object we can access the members or fields of the class. Okay. So for example, let me show you here. Okay. Now how can I access this name, age, okay, set student, and what display information? How can I access these particular things? Okay. Let me erase this particular one. So what we need to do is, to this particular student class, okay, to the student class, I have to create an object. This is called as object is equal to, this is the way how you create it. So student is a class name, this is the object name. You have to use the new keyword to create the object. Okay, new is a keyword to create the object. Object of which class? Student class only. So again you have to write here student. Okay, so S is capital, here this is. So what happens here, it is now this particular object, okay, this is an object, memory will be created. What does this object contains? This object contains everything present in the student. What does the student contains? Like say name, it contains what? Age, it contains what? Set student method, okay, set student method, and also contains what? Display information. Display, okay, information. This is the methods. So all these particular things will be created inside the object. So let me show you how it is created. Okay, I take different color here. Okay, so in this particular object, okay, what does it contains? Name. It contains what? Age. It contains what? Set student method. Okay, set student method, as well as it contains display information method. Okay, now using this particular object, okay, object, let's say that obj dot, I can say set student method. Okay, set student method, I can call it. Okay, I can also call obj dot, okay, sorry, this is what? Display information. Display information is called. Okay, right. So what does the set student do? Let me show you the set student. This set student method will be called here. I'll show you here. Here set method student will be called, where name is stored with king and age is stored with what? 25. Okay, so therefore here what happens here, it is, let me size this particular screen. Let me size the screen, please. Right, this is what happened here. Let me show you here. Okay, let me decrease the size of this particular thing. Yeah, so let's see this, what is happening. Okay, so here you can see that it is calling what? Obj dot set student. Here set student will be called where the name is stored with king and age is stored with what? 25. So here name is stored with what? King. Here it is stored with what? King, and age is equal to 35. It will store. Okay, like this we can access it. Similarly, obj dot display information. What is the display information? So display information is going to display, what is going to display here? Name, okay, and age. So therefore what is the name present here? King. And what is the age present in the object is 35. So like this it is going to print here. Okay, that is what? Name is equal to king, it is going to print, and age is equal to 25 is going to print. So 35 is going to print. Is it okay? So like this, in order to use this particular class, we have to create what? Objects. Okay, so what is an object? This object is nothing but it is a variable to this particular class. Simply we can say that. Okay, or generally the definition that we are going to give is like this. The definition we are going to give: an object is an instance of class that contains fields and methods of class. See, this object contains, this obj object contains the variables, the fields of the class as well as the methods of the class, and using this object only we are accessing this particular members. Okay, see, you can also access in this way. Okay, you can also access the variables. Okay, suppose I want to print that particular student. Yes, I can print SOP. I can write object name. Using the object name only you have to access. Suppose I say name. Okay, so therefore name will be printed. What's the name is? King. Got it? So like this, this name and age can also be accessed here, please. If you want to print the age, yes, you can print here. I can say that obj dot what? Age. So what is the age present in the object? In the object, age is what? 35. So it is going to print 35. Okay. So you can also change here. You can change the values also. Okay. So how to change? Let me show you this particular thing. Let me change the color here. Right. Okay. So I can also change the value. How I can change? Suppose obj dot name is equal to, okay, let's say queen. Let's say queen. Queen. Yes. Therefore, now this king is changed to what? Queen. That's it. Okay. So like this, we can access these members, any members, using what? Object name. So how to apply the restriction to this particular accessing, we will understand in the further classes. Okay. So this is what you mean by class and what do you mean by an object. Okay. So you can see here, please, I repeat once again, a class is a user defined data type which is a combination of variables and fields. Okay. Variables and what? Methods. A class is one of the main feature of OOP. Okay. And we can say a class is a blueprint or structure or what? Template for creating the objects. Okay. And this is how you can create a class. Okay. This is how can we create a class. A class contains the attributes, means variables. Okay. And contains what? Methods. Right. Next, what is an object? An object is an instance of class that contains fields and methods of the class. So what do you mean by instance? Means the memory allocation of the class or the real of the class. Okay. The reality of the class. Okay. Simply, an object is a variable to class. So whatever the variable that you create to the class is nothing but an object. So using object, we can access members or fields of the members means here fields are what? Methods, means variables are what? Methods. So using the objects, we can access using what? Class. Okay. So in the main program, if you see that here I am creating a student. Student is an object here. Okay. So instead of student, I can also write here obj. Let's say that obj. Okay. Obj. Using this object, student object. Okay. Okay. You can access the set student method. You can access, okay, the display information. You can also print the name. See, you can also print the name as well as what? Age. Okay. So these members present inside the class should be accessed by using the object only, otherwise it is an error. Okay. So this is what you mean by class and a object. Is okay. Now if you want to see the execution of this program, see, this is a class present here. This is a class we have created, and inside the main, okay, we are creating an object of the student. So here also we do the changes. Okay. Here the object name we are using as a student one. Okay. Student one is an object name. Okay. We can give any name. There is no issue. Okay. So using the student names, we are calling set student and display information, and we are also accessing that particular name and age by using the object name. Okay. So let us run and see what is output that we are getting here. So if you see, so 2 times we are getting the information because the display information is printing this particular name and age first time, and here we are directly accessing this particular age and name here. Okay. So this is what the class and object, one of the main features of what? Object oriented programming. Is it okay? Okay.